why did you guys decide to cast Janelle Monae in this role? Because we've seen her acting before, but this is a really meaty piece for her, and it's the starring role, and she really does carry the film.
So here's what, the process has been very strange because it's difficult to articulate to people the spiritual motivations behind so much of what we do. And the movie Antebellum was seeded to me, I believe, by the ancestors through a dream. And when I think of Janelle Monae, I think of my grandmother, Odie Lee McLennan, who barely crested 5 feet, but was this powerful, determined Black woman. And when we wrote the character, frankly, we couldn't imagine any actor that we knew of in the role. And we had real concerns about a star whose star would supersede that of the character, which would take you out of the movie. We were familiar with Janelle Monae, the incredible performer and artist, but we weren't so familiar with her work on screen. Mm-hmm. It was when we saw her at the 2018 Grammys, and I'm not talking about a performance. She was just sitting in the audience, and Christopher and I were watching from home from the comfort of our couch. But she had this stoic expression that could barely camouflage this furnace that was burning so bright that it would reach the surface. And it said to me that so much of her was grounded in real purpose and mission. And I looked at C and I said, I think that we may have found our Veronica Eden. If Christopher and I would have come up with the idea for Antebellum on a whiteboard, if it would have been some sort of strategy, I don't think we would have made the movie. I think we would have been far too cautious as artists to have engaged in creating it. But because it was delivered in the way that it was delivered, I know that we have the protection of the ancestors. And those choices in selecting or intersecting with Janelle and then collaborating on this film, that felt like it was destined and fated for her, and that we were on this course to intersect at the perfect time. I think, and I don't want to brag on Janelle, she's not a braggadocious person, but I think this goes without saying that Christopher does as well, that her performance is breathtaking. I think people are going to be really surprised.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.